Australian bushfire crisis.
Let's not forget the 1.25 billion plus, yes, billion animals that have been killed, and the growing more that are injured and losing their habitat. I hope this isn't a stupid question or ignorant, but how did these start? Do we know?
J.K. Rowling originally wanted to make Harry visit all 4 Hogwarts House common room, but couldn't think of a valid reason to visit the Hufflepuff common room. If you were Rowling, what valid situation would you make where Harry had to visit the Hufflepuff common room? Why?
Hey Harry, wanna see the Hufflepuff common room? Boy would I.
It's next to the kitchens. Food.
To pay his respects to Cedric. Book 4, Cedric. Hey Harry. That next tournament round sounds real tough. Wanna come over and brainstorm some ideas?
Step away from all the stress and drama in the 5th book, and just, hang out and chill for a few hours, you know?
Episodic Dark Lord, Snape, asshole prefect chasing him in the corridor. He reaches a dead end. Suddenly an arm reaches out to grab him into the Hufflepuff common room. He's rescued by, insert notable Hufflepuff student here.
Serious, what disturbing thing did you learn about someone only after their death?
Not really disturbing, but I found a restraining order against my mom banning her from entering our local grocery store. I will never know that story.
After my grandfather's death, we were cleaning out his old house and I found an envelope with paperwork that basically said my dad had died by suicide. I had been told as a kid that it was a heart attack. It was a shitty way to find out the truth.
My grandpa had stashed what would be worth millions today and proceeded to convince his family they were poor and had almost no money. His family lived in poverty while he lied to them all.
My Bill died in an accident, and his wife found out by going through his phone that he was sleeping with several other women, many of whom were pretty close in our friend group and some were also married. It was quite awkward and got pretty messy.
What is the most damage you can cause with $10?
Damage to others or to yourself? 'Cause you can buy Cat's movie ticket.
Pouring caramel on someone's windshield.
Bottle of brake fluid and an expensive car dealership. Drizzle on hoods. Wreck finish forever.
Buy a plastic deck chair and leave it in a massive intersection. I heard this caused a 6-lane each-way highway to jam for hours once. Find twin 3-year-old boys at Walmart, show them the money and tell them whoever makes more people scream inside the store can have it.
Light it on fire and use your burning $10 bill to start a bigger fire.
$9.50 worth of glitter and a stamp addressed to a clean lab environment.
You can buy a book with every positive and negative thing anyone has ever said behind your back for $1,000. Do you buy it and why?
Nah, because the last thing I'll read in there is people calling me a fool for wasting my money.
My book. Chapter 1 The Good, page 1. Chapter 2 The Bad, pg 1. Chapter 3 The Ugly, page 101. Summary, page 204.
Pay $1,000 to confirm that people shit talk me behind my back? Nah, I'll pass. I don't really have that kind of money laying around, but I would actively save up for it. I don't care too much about the negatives, but if a girl has a crush on me I gotta know.
Does it have the names and stuff of people who have said the things, or is it just like a page with a quote that someone said?
I'd bet it for sure, but about a year after it came out so I could get it for $500.
You're given $1,500, but it must be used toward your hobby. What do you buy, and how does it help you progress?
Lots and lots of yarn, and then launch my crochet empire.
So you're saying you want polyhedral dice made out of solid platinum? Look dude, can you make it happen or not?
A decent home pool table. This would increase the amount of time I could spend shooting without having to drive somewhere else to practice. A crap ton of paper imported directly from an origami museum in Japan. My Japanese aunt got me some a while back, and normal paper just won't do it for me. I'm addicted to the floral paper. KettleCellar gives me $1,500 / me, a magic player. Hashu fool.
I could buy $1,000 worth of disc golf discs and $500 worth of beer. The discs would really help me progress, but the beer would probably bring me right back down. All in all, it would be a 10/10 time.
I run a jiu-jitsu gym. I would spend it on gifts for my team. Not everyone can afford them, and it would be sweet to just be able to give them all a gi.
What is the coolest name you wouldn't name your kid?
Octavius. I knew a guy once named Octavius, his nickname was Otto. I cannot believe that man went his childhood being called goddamn Dr. Octopus.
My dad said he wanted to name me Steppenwolf.
Kid I went to middle school with was named Lachlan Falconsmith. Incredibly badass, but I feel like it would get old. Mario. Because my last name is Bros. When I worked in pediatrics, one of the kids was named Sephiroth. It's a totally cool name, but the whiny toddler wasn't exactly acting like the one-winged angel. It's also a name I'm not sure you'd want your kid to live up to.
So, my old manager somehow tricked his wife into allowing him to name their son. Their last name is Schmidt. Can you guess what the name was? John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. JJ for short.
What are some jobs that people don't realize exist?
Bed tester. Yes, you get paid for sleeping and writing a review of the bed after your sleep, so if you are getting shit for being lazy, just tell them I'm working on my career. I think it's called durability testing or something like that. Anyway, my friend's job is literally to break stuff and see how long it takes. Last I knew, he was sandpapering and throwing rocks at solar panels.
Wholesale undertakers. They travel to things like natural disasters and plane crashes and take care of the dead bodies.
A human is often hired to taste test dog food. They know that dogs don't care about the flavor. Dogs will eat poop, but 1 in 6 dog owners will accidentally eat their pet's food, so it has to taste at least a little bit like something edible. Gender identifier. There's always a few people hired at chicken farms whose only job is identifying gender on chickens. All chickens you get on the dinner table are females. Edit, for clarity.
Physical penetration testers. From what I've read, they are basically hired and go into organizations and test for possibilities and vulnerabilities in the system that rogue employees can find and exploit to access sensitive information or drugs.
Gamers of Reddit, what are some underrated games do you think more people should play?
Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. It was GTA in North Korea. You could hijack anything and destroy any building and call in air strikes. Truly ahead of its time. Never could beat the final mission, though. Regardless, amazing.
Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. Was expecting the typical steaming turd from a movie-based game. Turned out to be surprisingly really good, 90% on Metacritic. Driver, San Francisco. Really cool game with a unique storyline. Sadly, it isn't available to the public anymore. Frown. Banatary Games plus Zero Time Dilemma. Fantastic puzzle/escape room game series. I love this story, though some find it a bit out there.
Ghost Trick. Edit, Jesus Christ, didn't expect this to generate such intense reactions. GG guys. If you want a good overview of this game, watch Matthew Matos's video about it on YouTube. He's the one that got me into it. For me it's got to be an old Xbox game called Metal Arms. It's a bit old now but it's the shit. They were going to do a sequel but the company was bought out or bust or something.
You walk to your street and see FBI, CDC, ARNG, CIA, APHIS, DEA, USWs, NTSB, EPA, PETA, NOAA, FAA, ATF, FDA, MORS and NSA raiding your house. What do you do and what are your thoughts?
Wonder why the hell is the National Weather Service is at my house.
Walk away and not worry. They'd be fighting for jurisdiction until I die of old age. What the fuck do most of those letters mean? Why are they even in England?
Phew. They're finally picking up my mother-in-law.
Why is the Food and Drug Administration here like WTF did I commit a crime against nutrition?
Can't believe you forgot the IRS.
Why the fuck is PETA there? They're not a government agency. They're trespassing.